I genuinely thought I was done with the rigid budget planning routine or using a physical budget planner. For a long time now, I've been in a really comfortable spot where I didn't feel the need to track every single penny, which felt like a massive milestone. But then, some very expensive life goals hit the table, including trying to fund my UK citizenship, which costs an absolute fortune. So today, I'm officially humbling myself, busting out the budget planner again, and figuring out how to make this math work. If you're also staring at a massive life goal and wondering how on earth you're going to pay for it, grab a coffee because we're back in the trenches together today. We're going to use the tried and true 50-30-20 rule, where your fixed expenses fit in 50% of your income. This is your needs. Then, you allocate 30% of your income to your wants. This is the fun part. And 20% you keep as an emergency fund. Step 1 of shifting from maintenance mode into growth mode is ensuring your fixed survival costs fit neatly into 50% of your baseline. To do that, I've actually dug out this old notebook that I haven't used in years. It's a nice notebook, but it's not exactly fit for my current purpose. For example, it only gives me 5 tiny slots for fixed bills. So, we're skipping that today. Turning to a clean page for July feels a bit poetic, because that's when I first arrived in the UK as well. I was so overwhelmed and naive that I didn't even know how much I was getting paid at my job. I was just in pure survival mode. I was 19, living in one room shared with 2 women my mother's age, living entirely out of a suitcase. Everything felt overwhelming and I definitely didn't have a budget. I just knew that every 2 weeks I took out a few £100 in cash. The numbers blur when you're just praying it's enough to keep the roof over your head. Now that I'm an accountant, writing a budget is second nature. But back then, I was more focused on not getting scammed by dodgy landlords, literally avoiding cockroaches by putting all my stuff in the fridge because that was the only place they couldn't get into, trying not to get poked by springs sticking out of my mattress on both sides, and navigating some, let's call them interesting housemates. Gosh, the stories I have in my back pocket from those early years are wild. I lived through the cash on the bed or get followed home landlord era and the £100 job finder scams. It was total chaos. But I eventually went from that confusion to a comfortable maintenance mode where I didn't even need to budget anymore. There was a time when I used to track every single penny, saving every single receipt like my life depended on it. We aren't doing that today though. We're focusing on big picture strategy, not micromanaging ourselves to death. Because this standard layout doesn't have a place for growth pots, I'm hacking the blank note pages today. In the textbook 50-30-20 rule, the 30% is supposed to be for lifestyle and fun. It's supposed to be your guilt-free spending. But when you're building a life from scratch, your wants look like legal fees and floorboards for a renovation. They are life-altering investments, so I'm ruthlessly carving up my 30% into future investments on this page. Box number 1 is the UK citizenship pot, which is a massive, completely non-negotiable legal fee. Box number 2 is the house renovation pot. Box number 3 is my YouTube channel pot. Now, for YouTube, I keep things as low budget as possible. I'm not paying for subscription services like editing software or music platforms right now. I'll leave those to the future, just in case YouTube success is in the cards for me. I did buy some gear outright years ago when I first dreamt of doing this, so the big costs are covered, but I'm putting a tiny bit aside here for a new external SSD drive. That leaves box number 4, the fun fund. The bare minimum left over for treats, clothes, and in case going to the cinema one day takes my fancy. It's sad to see the fun money shrink down to a tiny sliver, but it's necessary. Store-bought work lunches are not. This planner is a bit of a workaround for this month, which is exactly why over the next few months I'm going to design a proper custom analog budget tracker tailored specifically for this kind of big picture planning. I want something that handles the big goals and the daily reality beautifully, so we'll definitely be testing custom layouts out together on the channel when they're ready. But for now, this pen and paper will do. Now, looking at how tiny that fun fund is, you might wonder how I survive daily life in the UK. And that brings us to a bit of a generational clash. I was always taught by my mum to never get into any kind of debt. No payment plans, no loans, and absolutely never get a credit card. Only buy what you can actually afford. Then, imagine my absolute confusion when I realized that in the UK, having zero debt history actually makes you look bad instead of a model citizen. I had to learn the hard way that the UK credit score is a character reference. If you don't have one, you're stuck. You can't get a mortgage, or a car, or even a bike. So I had to unlearn that fear and build a strategy. I grit my teeth and got a credit card. I was nervous about it because I thought I'd have no way of controlling it and it'll end up being a trap. I thought getting a credit card equaled years of debt. Shout out to schools not teaching finances, by the way. I would recommend going in a bank and schedule an advice appointment. They will be able to explain how things work. You do not have to go in blind. My rule is simple. If I don't have the cash to pay for it on my debit card right now, I don't put it on the credit card either. I treat the credit card like a pet. You have to feed it, as in use it. Walk it, as in pay it off immediately and never let it run away. If you treat it like a feral credit card and just ignore it, that's when it bites you. So, I use the card as a middleman. I get the rewards and build the score, but mentally, the money leaves my bank account the millisecond I tap. I have a direct debit set up so it automatically clears the entire balance every month. Easy peasy, set and forget. The only thing you need to keep in mind is to check your debit card balance, make sure that the actual money is there for the direct debit to clear at the end of the month. This brings us to the remaining 20% column, our healthcare and emergency savings. When you move abroad, you effectively lose your family as a safety net to fall back on. Your budget becomes your only safety net. My 5-slot baseline, my growth pots, and the credit card strategy, they aren't just numbers. They ensure I never have to live in survival mode again. While a spreadsheet doesn't fix a broken roof, what it does do is move you from a position of desperation to a position of options. When you have a solid budget and a healthy credit score, you aren't stuck. You have the financial flexibility to challenge bad circumstances, walk away from predatory situations, and secure a better place. The system is the tool you use to build your exit strategy. And at the end of the day, this isn't about restriction. It's just about saving your money for the things that actually matter. Taking control of the numbers is really only half the battle though. The real challenge is actually sticking to the system when life gets busy and your routine falls apart. But we can only do our best. If you want to see more of my planning system to beat the overwhelming feeling, check out the links up ahead where I break down more of my analog routine. I'll see you over there the next time.